We begin today's edition of the Hot Topic with a heartbreaking incident in Derna, Libya, where a catastrophic flood has struck, causing unprecedented destruction and loss of life. In the early hours of Sunday, a dam burst and a flood ensued, tragically claiming thousands of lives and leaving an equal number missing. One resident, Tarek Fahim, recounts his narrow survival, moving to the rooftop of his home with his family. The water has now receded, revealing a city in ruins. With homes destroyed and businesses swept away, the city's eastern and western parts are visibly separated by a swath of devastation. Rescue efforts persist, but optimism dwindles as rescuers continue to discover victims rather than survivors. International aid has arrived, but the scale of the calamity far exceeds their resources. Amidst the sorrow and loss, an image of resilience emerges, with volunteers working tirelessly to manage the crisis. Abdul Wahab Haroun, one such volunteer, shares his harrowing account of retrieving 40 bodies from the sea. The bodies, including those of infants and the elderly, are collected for mass burials, a grim job further complicated by the advanced state of decomposition. The once peaceful Derna waterfront has been converted into a makeshift morgue as the city struggles to cope with the magnitude of the disaster. Volunteers in hazmat suits comb the murky waters for victims, their task hindered by debris and wrecked vehicles. The city's despair is palpable, with Derna's residents mourning their losses and questioning their city's future. This once lush valley, known for its abundant pomegranate trees, now stands as a testament to nature's destructive force. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this story and discuss the global response to this tragedy. We'll also explore how this disaster could shape Libya's future and what it means for climate change discussions worldwide. Hello everyone, this is your host, Emily on Hot Topic.
And I'm David, your commentator for today.
We're here with you every day, bringing you the most pressing news stories. Be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get straight to the hot topics. On the ground in Derna, the scene is nothing short of heartbreaking. Tarek Fahim, a local resident, shares his chilling account of the moment the dam burst. He was actually recording video of the storm just an hour before the disaster. Upon hearing the dam give way, he and his family swiftly moved to their rooftop, climbing atop a water tank as the floodwaters rose. Miraculously, they survived. He estimates that a mere 1% of those living on ground floors in his neighborhood survived this catastrophe.
So, when we talk about breaking news like this, why is it important to get first-hand accounts from people on the ground, like Tarek Fahim?
Well, isn't that a bit like asking why we need a sharp knife to cut a steak?
Hey, it might seem like a basic question to us, but there could be listeners who aren't as familiar with the ins and outs of the news world.
True. But do we really want to risk losing our savvy listeners to boredom? There's a danger they might flip to another source.
Well, even if the information seems straightforward, it might still hold interest for some. Plus, it's always good to reinforce the basics.
Fair point. To answer your question, first-hand accounts like Fahim's provide us an unfiltered, human perspective on these tragedies. They help us understand the full scope of the disaster and its impact on the community. It's one thing to cite statistics and quite another to hear a survivor's account of the terrifying ordeal. The devastation in Derna is truly heartbreaking. The city is essentially split in two by a swath of destruction that stretches all the way to the Mediterranean. Rescuers comb through the rubble, but sadly, they're mostly finding victims, not survivors.
It's just unimaginable. Survivors are doing their best to help, I understand.
Absolutely. Take Abdul Wahab Haroun, for example. He's a 21-year-old who single-handedly retrieved 40 bodies from the sea. These heroic acts are happening all over the city, with local volunteers and emergency workers doing everything they can to assist in the immediate aftermath.
And international aid is slowly trickling in?
Yes, but the scale of devastation far exceeds the support that's currently arriving. Health hazards are also a major concern due to decomposing bodies. Even with all these challenges, the spirit of the people of Derna remains unbroken. We heard from Asma Awad, a volunteer, who, despite seeing the unrecognizable bodies and facing unimaginable loss, still remembers Derna as the beautiful city she used to call the Mermaid.
Incredible. In the face of such catastrophic events, the human spirit and determination to help one another really shine through.
That's true. But the situation is dire and help is urgently needed. The city's waterfront has become the main area for collecting and transporting bodies, and the beautiful crystal blue water has turned into a murky brown. Devastation is everywhere you look. It's a stark reminder of the toll that such disasters can take on a city and its people. Ibrahim Hassan, head of the ambulance services in Kafra, speaks to the desperate need for more specialized equipment to help in the search and recovery efforts. There are potentially more victims trapped in submerged vehicles, but without the necessary tools, they are unable to reach them.
It's just heartbreaking to think about.
Indeed. And even as they continue to confront the devastating reality, the people of Derna are also mourning the loss of their once beautiful city. A volunteer waiting for the next drop-off of bodies recalls how the valley used to be a paradise full of pomegranate trees.
It's a grim contrast, the past and present.
Yes. And Abdul Wahhab's poignant words, "Derna is gone," echo the sentiments of a city in ruins, a paradise lost. But amidst the tragedy, we see the resilience of the people, the volunteers who continue to work tirelessly, battling against the odds in this heart-wrenching situation.
It's a story of devastation, but also of remarkable human spirit.
That's absolutely right. And we'll continue to follow the story and update our listeners as more information becomes available. Thank you all for joining us today on Hot Topic. We dove deep into some really heavy news today, and we appreciate you being here with us. Remember, this is your channel for the latest updates and analyses on current affairs. So, do us a solid to subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop us a line in the comments. Your engagement really matters to us. And don't be shy to share our content, it might be the perfect conversation starter at your next social gathering.
Heck yeah, it's news you can use. We're here every day, doing our best to make sense of what's happening around the world. And we've got plenty more where that came from. But remember, no spoilers. You'll have to tune in to find out.
Absolutely, we look forward to having you with us on the next episode. We are grateful for your support and your time.
Keep those notifications on, folks, you don't want to miss out.
That's right. Stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news.
And remember, our channel's content will amuse.